Hey folks, welcome to my bunker. My name's John, and if you're new to my videos, there's probably two things you need to know about me. One is I like motorcycles, and two is I love coffee. And I like to do a lot of both. But that's not what this channel is about. Um, so this is kind of a survivalist channel. Uh, and I know there's a lot of survivalist channels out there. There are a lot of doomsday places that try to sell you really expensive gear and things that you could probably never use or take with you if things ever really did go bad. So I want to give you a little background. I'll tell you a little about my story. So about 4 years ago, things went a little crazy, just a little crazy. And, there was a lot of protests and riots and things going on. And I started seriously thinking about SHTF and survivalist skills. And I started watching a bunch of YouTube channels and doing research into modern conflicts, Yugoslavia, the Middle East, currently Ukraine, and people who lived through those events and what they did, what they needed, how did they survive. A lot of the survivalist stuff that you see, it involves like packing a bag and running out in the woods and surviving on bugs and snakes and stuff for a year. And let me just tell you something about myself. If I have to do that, I'm not going to make it. Well, not only would I not make it, I wouldn't even want to. If there's no coffee, I'm not doing it. Okay, you'll just have to like reschedule your SHTF or whatever event is going on, because John just won't play. But I did learn a lot, and I actually made a book. It's not for sale. I actually made this book for my family, like, because I did all this research, and I'm like, well, what if something happens to me? And then the other side of it is, am I going to remember all the stuff that I learned? The answer to that would be no. So I put it all in this book. It's pretty thick. See? And I'm going to be going over some of these subjects in this channel, but that's not exactly what the channel's about. So let me tell you, I looked at all this stuff and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not going to go live in the woods. I'm not eating bugs. It's just not going to happen. So I kind of realized that some of the most important things that you can do to prepare for an SHTF or a major catastrophic event or something like that really shouldn't cost a lot of money. And the things that you would need to survive an SHTF situation should also help you thrive in your current environment. I mean, there's two basic things that I learned, okay, from all my research. One, survival is very expensive. And two, what if nothing happens and you invest all this money and you buy all this gear and, you're ready for anything and it doesn't happen? Where does that leave you? So what I realized is that, everybody stresses the importance of a community. Nobody survives on their own. And, I'll give you a little glimpse of what we'll talk about. Groups need to be between 5 and 10 people. If it's less than 5, your chances of surviving an SHTF are pretty slim, and nobody makes it on their own. And if your group's more than 10 people, it kind of is going to create cliques, and it's a lot of infighting and things like that. So that also affects you. But what you really need to be thinking about is, who's going to be in your community. And when you're thinking about these people, you have to think about yourself. Like, what do I have to offer these people? Like, I'm a construction manager. I can build things, you know what I mean? I can ride motorcycles. If we need to get away, I'm your guy. But anyway, I started thinking, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of things. And I'll tell you, in the last 4 years, what I've accomplished is I got a college degree. I started a YouTube channel to make extra money and, prepare for my future because, whether something happens or it doesn't, you're going to need these skills. You're going to need this knowledge, and a little bit of money isn't going to hurt, So that's what I did. So I adapted my thinking to surviving and thriving and without spending a lot of money. So, kind of a buzzkill, or what do you want to call it? um, let you know what's going to happen in this channel. I'm not going to sell you a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm not going to be promoting a lot of expensive gear. I think the most important thing is your attitude and, your knowledge and your skills and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a series of videos about each of the subjects in this book, and there's a lot of stuff in there: community, security, water purification, hunting, medications, all those things, because I don't know how to hunt, what do you do if you catch something, how do you cook it? Is it good? Well, I don't know. What can you eat? So, I had to learn all that stuff, and I put it in this book, and I'll go through all that stuff, one subject per video kind of thing. Kind of keep it brief, but the most important thing is your attitude. You have to adapt a thriving attitude, and that's going to be the best thing, and have faith. Okay. So like on this book, what it says first thing is commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. That's Proverbs 16:3. I'm not somebody who can quote the Bible, but that's just one that I remember. And this is called SHTF, and it's a book of ideas and solutions. So anyway, I hope you'll join me in the forthcoming videos, and we'll talk about these topics. You'll learn some stuff. If you want to take notes or do stuff like that, maybe I'll make some sheets, cheat sheets and stuff like that you could download or whatever. But like I said, this is not like a sales channel. I'm not trying to get rich selling you food and all kinds of tactical equipment. Like, what is somebody with a family and babies going to do with, tactical equipment? I don't know. So you have to be realistic, and that's what I try to be. Anyway, thanks for listening, and peace out, kids. I'll see you in the next video.